Both drivers are ready to go, so we'll begin in 3, 2, 1, fight. Quickly, Metroid getting up to speed, comes in, gets on the back of the thwackbot there, now upside down. Going to be a little bit difficult for Dave to control this one. Everything's kind of backwards when you're upside down like that, so some guys make it look easy, but it's actually really tough as Metroid gets underneath RamRod, and she get a little bit of a scrape there with the vertical spinner. Nice tap on the back, getting into that armored wedge side there a couple of times, knocking it up into the air. Dave trying to find his way out there, ends up getting pushed on its side, the weapon spinning there, puts it across the arena. Nice hard hit as horizontal and vertical go together. Another one as Metroid gets under the weapon, throwing it up to the wall, and has definitely broken something on that thing at the front. The wires have been torn off, that motor's going nowhere. Oh, he caught its own wires got caught in the weapon perfectly as Metroid gets up in there, now getting underneath of Car RamRod, trying to take a few good hits at it. RamRod is still functional, doesn't have much of a weapon, but it can still move around, and honestly that could be enough to get your opponent to a bad spot as Metroid flips him back over onto his wheels, and then back the other way, and once again on top. You can see how consistently that weapon engages with anything that it touches. With a light tap, he flips him upside down. With a hard tap, he's put holes in the ceiling with that thing. It hits hard. But Dave doing a good job holding it together. Metroid trying to flip him over the wall. Even though the push-out's closed, if he can get him over, he'll go out. Looks like the two bots are hung up on each other. We'll see if they can get loose on their own, but I think... Oh, he's very much stuck on that, isn't he? Give him a few seconds, but looks like they're stuck. So we'll pause the match, we'll separate them, and then they can keep going. If you get stuck on each other, we'll separate it out. If you get stuck yourself on a wall or something, well, that sucks to be you. Oh, that's a man, eh? Or no, those are the wires. Oh wow, the wires are absolutely wrapped around that drum. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe let's safety them up and let's separate them that way, because I don't think we're going to pull that apart. Just one sec, Dennis. We'll get the other one safetied up as well. These things are nasty. If you can see them ripping apart metal parts, do not put your finger in there. It might as well be a saw. It doesn't care. So we got some various things on here, you know, clamps and stuff like that, just to make sure they can't get spun up. And that way it's somewhat safe to put your fingers on them as we try to unravel the mess that is this wire stuck inside a Metroid. My goodness. We'll give him a moment here, but if we can't get it apart, I think we may just have to go to a decision on this one, because oh my. This is not usually the way this goes. Usually you rip the wires completely out. That wire is actually pretty resilient. Alright, we'll just cut that off. It'll make it easier to get it out of there. I've honestly never seen something get that wound up in there before. Usually you just rip it off. But that's a really strong wire. There we go. Oh yeah, it was doubled up in there and everything. Beautiful. Needless to say, his weapon's not starting anytime soon. Okay, we're back in the fight. We'll get them to tap in, and then we'll count back into the match so that everybody's got a chance here. Still a minute 28 on the clock, so lots of time to make something happen here. They're ready, so we start in 3, 2, 1, keep fighting! And immediately Metroid gets that weapon spun up, takes a fraction of a second to get in there, flips him upside down on that weapon, trying to not get himself stuck inside the cable again. Having a little bit of patience, trying to get underneath the robot there, kind of grinding him a bit, holding up on top of the weapon. Gets a snag on the arm, but manages to get away. Those wires just absolutely coming out. They're tied up everywhere like a loose shoelace. Thankfully, it's just connected to the weapon and not batteries or anything, so I don't think it's too much of a hazard. As Metroid decides to go into the weapon part. There he goes. Gets a good engagement over the side. The win goes to Dennis with a push out with Metroid. Great job driving that one.